Stage 15 in the Pyrenees brings the peloton through mine country. Mines are often located somewhere high up in the mountains, but they play a big role in everyday life. An old saying goes, if it wasn't grown, it was mined. And that also applies to a bike. It has a carbon frame, that's oil. But the rims are aluminium, which is light and stiff. The spokes are titanium, which is super strong and hard. And for the chain, an iron alloy. And all of this stuff is mined. I'm going to tell you a story about metal and rock. Before I became a geologist, I used to picture mines like you see them in cartoons, with these shiny veins of beautiful gold, but that's rarely what it looks like. In fact, metals are parts of minerals and rocks. And they're present almost everywhere in the earth, but in very low concentrations. Kilometers deep, fluids that move through the rock pick up the metals and concentrate them in veins and in bodies of minerals. And when the concentrations are high enough to become economically interesting, we call them ores. And in mountain belts like the Pyrenees, erosion brings these rocks so close to the surface that they come within reach. Above the course sits the highest mine of Europe, and it might have been the harshest, the Mille de Bulag, or the maneater. In the late 19th century, a vein was discovered rich in minerals containing silver and lead and zinc on a rocky peak at 2,400 meters above sea level. Miners had to climb up a narrow path every day, protected by nothing but a thin handrail, and in the winter they got snowed in for weeks. Despite terrible food and the cold, the miners extracted some 30,000 truckloads of metal ore, mostly by hand. And in the 1920s, the maneater finally closed. Now that might have been a long time ago, but maybe give those guys a second thought when you see the riders suffer on the flanks of the Pyrenees today. We really hope that you're enjoying our clips of the geology of the Tour de France and other cycling races, and we love bringing it to you. And there's plenty where that came from, but we can't do it without your financial support. So click on the link, consider a donation, and we hope to see you next year.